Breaking news. The United States has launched airstrikes targeting the Islamic State in Nigeria, marking a significant escalation in the fight against terror in West Africa. This is the first time the U.S. has directly engaged IS militants in this region. But what does this military action mean for the broader battle against terrorism, and how will it impact global security dynamics? Is this a sign of more direct U.S. intervention in Africa, or will this be a limited response aimed at weakening IS operations in the region? Stay with us as we break down everything you need to know about this breaking development. To understand the significance of today's U.S. airstrike, we must first look at the state of terrorism in West Africa. For the past 2 decades, the region has faced a growing threat from extremist groups, the most notable being Boko Haram and, more recently, the Islamic State's West Africa province, or ISWAP. These groups have capitalized on regional instability, exploiting local grievances and power vacuums in countries like Nigeria, Cameroon, and Chad. Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, has suffered tremendously from these groups' violence, including bombings, kidnappings, and mass shootings. Despite efforts by local forces and international allies, these groups have continued to thrive. The Islamic State's West Africa province, ISWAP, emerged from the Boko Haram group, gaining prominence around 2016. Initially focused on attacking the Nigerian government, ISWAP soon expanded its operations, carrying out deadly attacks on civilians, military personnel, and even United Nations peacekeepers. One key difference between Boko Haram and ISWAP is their ability to maintain strong, organized military operations. ISWAP has used a combination of guerrilla tactics, suicide bombings, and direct confrontations with military forces. ISWAP's reach extends beyond Nigeria, operating in neighboring countries and creating a complex security threat across the Sahel region. The U.S. has long had interests in countering terrorist organizations worldwide, especially those that directly threaten American citizens and global allies. Over the past few years, the U.S. has provided indirect support to the Nigerian government and local forces, including intelligence sharing, air support, and financial assistance. However, today's airstrikes represent a more direct intervention, a signal from Washington that ISWAP's growth in West Africa is no longer something the U.S. can ignore. These actions are likely part of a larger U.S. strategy to limit the reach of ISIS affiliates globally. By taking action now, the U.S. hopes to dismantle terrorist cells before they can expand their operations further. Today's airstrikes were carefully planned. U.S. military intelligence detected the location of key ISWAP leaders and planned a targeted operation to eliminate these figures. These strikes were not just a demonstration of military might. They were a strategic strike aimed at weakening ISWAP's leadership and capabilities. The U.S. forces used advanced drones and fighter jets, with strikes targeting key facilities in the northeast of Nigeria, an area heavily controlled by ISWAP fighters. The reactions to the U.S. strikes have been mixed. Locally, Nigerian officials have expressed their support for the U.S. operation, emphasizing that it complements Nigeria's ongoing counterterrorism efforts. Internationally, the United Nations and European Union have both reiterated the importance of fighting terrorism, but they've also raised concerns about the potential for civilian casualties and escalating violence. The broader geopolitical implications are significant. Russia, China, and other powers may see this as the U.S. further inserting itself into African conflicts, which could shape their strategies in the region. While the strikes today are targeted, there's a risk of escalation. The United States is now directly involved in a conflict that has largely been seen as a regional issue. One of the primary concerns is retaliatory violence. ISWAP and other terrorist organizations may launch counterattacks against U.S. or Nigerian assets in retaliation for these strikes. Additionally, escalating military involvement could lead to further civilian casualties, especially if the Nigerian military is caught in the crossfire during future operations. Nigeria's military has been engaged in a long-term battle with Boko Haram and ISWAP. Despite the increasing international support, local forces face numerous challenges. Lack of resources, corruption, and the massive scale of insurgency have made it difficult for Nigerian forces to make meaningful progress. While U.S. support can be vital, It also raises questions about the sustainability of the Nigerian military's ability to handle the ongoing crisis. The U.S. involvement in Africa is part of a larger global strategy to combat terrorism in regions outside the Middle East. As terrorist organizations grow in regions like West Africa and the Sahel, Western powers are increasingly being drawn into local conflicts. The shift toward direct U.S. intervention may set a precedent for similar actions in other parts of Africa, especially as IS affiliates expand. What's next for Nigeria and ISWAP? The U.S. will likely continue these airstrikes targeting key ISWAP figures. However, it is crucial that the Nigerian government strengthens its internal security to avoid becoming reliant on foreign interventions. The next steps must include a balanced approach: military action combined with political solutions, development aid, and stronger regional cooperation. The U.S. strikes in Nigeria mark an important moment in the global fight against terrorism. While military action can weaken groups like ISWAP, long-term success depends on local governance, regional cooperation, and reducing the conditions that allow these groups to thrive. The fight against terrorism in West Africa is far from over. The U.S. has stepped up, but Nigeria and its regional allies must take the lead in securing their future. Thank you for watching, and please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for daily updates on global security issues.